My ex, 29M, decided to end things by trickle ghosting me. 28F. I was starting to heal until I found out the reasons why he ghosted. The past several months have been incredibly draining and hard for me. I'm not sure if I'm looking for advice or just a place to vent. My ex, Tom, and I had been together for about 4 years, and we were extremely happy together, or so I thought. We had been discussing the possibility of getting married, and even looking for a house for us to move into, but we were not living together. I was happy, and I thought he was too. We had a lot in common, never fought, we traveled together, my friends liked him, his friends liked me, our families got along together, etc. I could go on. Everything was fine until our last trip together. We went to a destination where I had always wanted to go, but because of cost and distance, it seemed like something I'd have to wait longer to do. It was his idea for us to go here. We save a lot of money, and we're able to make this 2-week trip. Once we got back from this vacation, things started to get weird. After we landed, the last time I saw him, he told me he was feeling unwell and sick from the trip and wanted to go home to sleep. I didn't think this was too unusual, so we said our goodbyes. I tried texting and calling him the following day to see if he was feeling better, and he didn't respond. I started to worry, but he finally sent me a single text saying he was fine, but tired about 2.5 days after our trip ended. From there, our communication basically broke down. I can't say he fully ghosted me, because he would occasionally send me a message and didn't remove me from any social media. From that point, I tried to contact him by calling, texting, sending a message on Facebook, and he didn't respond. After about 4 to 6 days of no communication, he would end up sending me a couple of texts, and then I wouldn't hear from him for several more days. What hurt even more was this ghosting period overlapped with New Year's, Valentine's Day, and my birthday. Days on which nothing happened, and he didn't even wish me a happy whatever. I felt like I was going crazy. I had no idea what was going on and just wanted some sort of answer from him. I was also extremely embarrassed to talk to anyone about what was happening. I stopped going out as much and didn't really see my friend for the 2+ months he was trickle ghosting me. I found myself lying to my friends and family about his whereabouts, telling them he was busy with work, visiting his family, he was sick, or any excuse I could think of whenever I showed up somewhere without him. I eventually broke down. I contacted one of his good friends who I felt comfortable with and asked her to meet up with me. I told her that Tom had barely spoken to me in the 2+ months. He's only sent me a few text messages, and I have no idea what's going on. I told her I didn't know if he was mad at me, if we were broken up or still together, or if there was something else going on that I needed to know about. She looked kind of shocked and confused and told me that Tom had told all of his friends that we had broken up and that I was taking it really hard, and out of respect for me not to bring it up if anyone saw me. This was soul-crushing to hear, and I felt humiliated and worthless. I told her this wasn't the case, and that he never verbally confirmed that we were broken up. She said she was extremely angry at him and would talk to him. Throughout March and April, I felt like I was starting to heal some. I felt broken, but I started to pick up the pieces again and began to feel a bit more whole. I told my friends and family the truth about what happened, and they were nothing but supportive and helpful. Then I found out some additional information about why he ghosted me and what happened on his end. He had apparently been cheating on me for a while. Not sure how long, but a little less than a year. I'm also hurt because I know the person he cheated on me with. She's an absolute garbage person. And I'm not saying that as a jaded ex-girlfriend. She has always hung around our group, but never really been a part of it. I've heard her say some extremely bigoted things about minorities, the LGBT community, and non-Christians. She is the type of person who is proud to take advantage of government assistance programs when she doesn't need it. She somehow was able to claim disability and has bragged about pulling the wool over the government's eyes. I think she was able to somehow use her obesity problem as her disability. I'm really not sure. I can't really confirm any of this. It could be a lot of talk and bullshit on her end. I've always thought you need to be drug tested in order to get some government benefits, and she does a lot of drugs. Not only does she take advantage of programs meant for people who can't help themselves, but she has sent a couple of $1,000s a month from her rich parents, which she also brags about. Her parents have paid for her car, and I think they pay her rent too, so the money she gets is spent on pretty much whatever she wants. She spends her days getting drunk at the bars and restaurants my friends and I frequent, and will interject herself into our outings. She has also tried to sell us hard drugs in the past, and usually mentions that any of us are welcome to her place to get high. Tom apparently started to get high with her at her place and was originally just trying to hide his drug use because he knew I wouldn't approve. Then he started to get high and then have sex with her. He felt guilty and embarrassed about it, but this wasn't enough for him to stop getting high with her. His intentions were to just get high and then leave to go back to his place, but what would usually happen is they would end up having sex once they were both properly high. This woman hated my guts and kept pushing Tom to break up with me so they could be a couple. He didn't want to end things with me, but felt so guilty and disgusted with himself, he thought the best thing to do was to just try to ghost me. Tom kept their relationship secret for a while, until she got tired of their secret relationship status. So she just started to blurt things out about them when his friends were all together at their usual bar. He came clean to his friends about it, but was so embarrassed that he shortly ended things with her after his secret was found out. I only found out about this because the same friend I had met up with a couple of months ago reached out to warn me that Tom is going to try to get back together with me and felt that I deserved to know the truth in case he isn't forward with what happened. There is no way in hell that I'd get back together with Tom. I can't help but feel like absolute dog shit that Tom would end things with me over that kind of garbage person, and I'm having a hard time understanding why he would choose some waste of space over someone who is actually trying to be a person and is successful. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm dreading the possibility of seeing his face again. I don't know if I could contain my urge to slap him, or if I would just break down and sob. I was doing well from moving on from him. I was starting to feel happy again. Now, I think I'm back at square one. I'm depressed and stressed out. Is there anything I can do? I kind of want to stay hidden in my apartment, not answering calls until this is all over.